Katy Perry has been publicly unraveling for several months now, whether it's her failing tour that wasn't selling any tickets and all of the theatrics and just crazy stunts she was doing to try to sell tickets, or perhaps the infamous girl boss space launch with Blue Origin. Countless things that she's done to try to stay relevant, and none of it is working, and she's in her flop era. And it was confusing at first, but now I think all of the pieces are falling together. It's all starting to make sense. And I think it might be because behind the scenes, her relationship with Orlando Bloom was on the rocks. And now they have reportedly split after being together for all of 9 years and engaged since February 2019. They began dating after Katy Perry's short-lived marriage to Russell Brand in the early 2010s. And then they briefly split, got back together, got engaged in 2019. They had a daughter together named Daisy in 2020, right in the midst of COVID baby boom. And, you know, maybe they delayed their marriage because of the pandemic, but more likely is they were just going through relationship problems and didn't feel like it was a good idea, and ultimately they split up. Now, the reporting on this is kind of funny to me. They say reports suggest their relationship may be ending as of June 2025, with multiple sources indicating the couple has been living separately and facing tensions, particularly following Katy Perry's Blue Origin space launch and the reception of her recent album and tour, which was disappointing.
Wait, so he broke up with her because her music sucks?
Yeah, are they trying to suggest that he's breaking up with her because she's flopping, or are they trying to suggest that she's flopping because they're broken up? I can't really tell if it's the chicken or the egg.
I suppose the real version would be like her music is flopping, so it's making her angry, which makes her miserable to be around. But it's funnier to think that he's like, your new music just kind of sucks and I don't want to be with you anymore.
When you look at photos of Katy Perry from the past year or just in 2025, you can kind of see that there's just nothing going on behind her eyes. Like, especially
Rick Caruso lost and life lost all meaning.
In their last photos together at the Oscars this year, she just looked like a husk of a human being. And one reply said, "I'm not surprised. Everything Katy Perry has done recently, from getting really into crypto to going on the private space flight, has immense divorced guy energy." That's what it is. She's going through a divorcee midlife crisis.
Wait, she has...
That's what explains all of this unhinged behavior.
She's the one with divorced guy energy?
Yeah.
So she bought a Lamborghini and went off and did a bunch of stuff that she never would have done otherwise, except for she's not a guy, she's a girl.
Basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, you know, it is hard. What did I just see in the chat? Yes, it's hard for an astronaut like Katy Perry to reach a man higher up than her, says Nomification.
You know, I think Orlando Bloom was just jealous. He was just jealous of the Blue Origin space launch. He wishes that he could be a part of it.
Those Lord of the Rings royalties are definitely paying for a Blue Origin space launch, okay?
No, but he's not going to get any of the same praise because he's a guy. You know?
Well, yeah, you can't send a guy on the girl boss space trip.
Right.
It doesn't have the same ring to it.
Another
and
reply
plus,
said,
he was outdone by Jeff Bezos, who was like right there at landing to like let Lauren Sanchez out.
Right.
So he
Right.
doesn't have. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe after talking to Lauren Sanchez, she's like, well, her husband's a billionaire and you're just a millionaire. And now he just feels really, really kind of emasculated because Jeff Bezos is worth like $1 gazillion.
I mean, I think Jeff Bezos might have felt emasculated by tripping into the dirt while trying to open the hatch.
No. I mean, like, he'll just... I'm sure that footage has already been scrubbed from the internet.
Then another reply said, "That nun she killed is whooping her ass in the afterlife. OMG." To be clear, Katy Perry did not actually murder a nun, but she was in a long, drawn-out legal battle with a convent of nuns, and one of the elderly nuns that was fighting for retaining ownership of their convent instead of letting Katy Perry purchase it, she actually did collapse and die in court.
Wait, so this is kind of interesting. So Orlando Bloom is going to the Bezos Sanchez wedding,
Yes.
not Katy Perry, or are they going separately?
True. These are facts. Orlando Bloom coming in hot and single for the Bezos-Sanchez wedding. He plans to party hard now that he's a bachelor again. And it seems like Katy Perry might not go because of the fact that he is attending. One of her fans said, breaking your fiance's heart when she's in the middle of a world tour is being targeted by online bullies instead of showing her support and insisting to go to her best friend Lauren's wedding alone when she told you not to is weird and narcissistic AF. Katy, baby, I'm so sorry.
Is there any proof that anything that was just said is true?
Their theory is that Katy Perry specifically requested for Orlando Bloom not to attend the Sanchez-Bezos wedding now that they've split up, because primarily she was invited because she's friends with Lauren Sanchez and now bonded with this woman forever after the Blue Origin space launch. Orlando Bloom doesn't really know them that well, but he's just going so he can party and maybe hook up with someone at the after party.
That's the best version of this I can possibly think of.
Seems likely.
We love Petty King.
Yeah, a lot of people are taking note of the fact that they were engaged for such a prolonged period of time, and that's not something that you just see in celebrity relationships. It's something you see in ordinary people as well. People who are either dating for a very long time before getting engaged, or people who are engaged for a very, very long time before getting married, if ever getting married.
Yeah.
So, typical stuff in our postmodern era.
John Durham says, gotta love the people in Venice telling Bezos to take his woman and get married somewhere else. I've seen a lot of people covering this lately. My favorite, though, there are some business owners coming out and being like, no, please come here.
Yeah.
Because we want to actually make money.
They have every incentive
to tourist town.
That, yes.
It's a place for tourists. I also saw that Bezos is playing like shadow games, booking out multiple venues, which ironically enough is just another sign of opulence, so that they can't come and be annoying activists.
Well, if it's a, 5-day long event.
3-day.
Whatever it is. If it's a multiple day long festivities, I understand why he would be booking multiple venues. That just seems like something he was planning to do anyway.
I'm Team Orlando Bloom on this one. Just go. Like, it's not like it's preventing her from going. So she can go. If she wants to go and bring some fly-by-night date, she can do that.
She should go to the wedding, but bring a +1 in Russell Brand. She should make Russell Brand her
No, because he's married now. He can't do that. She has to bring...
They wouldn't just go as friends.
Somebody that Orlando Bloom doesn't like. That's what she has to do. She has to bring somebody that Orlando Bloom doesn't like, and he has to go and hook up with one of her best friends.
Orlando Bloom must be pretty unproblematic, because I don't even know anyone he's had beef with.
Yeah, he is extremely unproblematic, at least unless I'm forgetting something huge.
But if he broke up with her for flopping in her career, that is absurd, because he is far from...
Nobody believes that he did this
an A-list actor. He's not
been
in anything for years.
He was part of a franchise that will have as much of an impact on men as Katy Perry's music will have on millennial women.
I suppose you're right.
So, And
you have a daughter, you should work it out. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're unhappy. You have a child together. You were already planning to get married. Just get married and work it out. It can't be that serious.
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.